G'day. I think we're live. Hey guys in the chat, everyone out there in YouTube world, how you going? We've got let's do a quick roll call for Tuesday Night Live with JCB. We've got Blue Shirt Buddha first. I should say Blue Shirt Buddha. That's the American pronunciation. Junior Johnson, Peter C, Tom Austin. Who else we got? I think that's about it. The people who are chiming in. So. G'day everyone, good to see you. G'day and welcome to our esteemed panel members. We've got James, Watch Critic Arthur, ID Skeptic Guy, and Jason from Aruba. We've got Rick as well in the chat. So,
whoa!
thanks.
Should I have like quoted alias?
Yes,
yeah.
You can edit your name on the his little tab.
Edit. Go for it, man. We've got ABC who's just jumped on as well. So good to see you, ABC, and thanks for joining us, man. So it's just usual hangout.
You post in Discord, JCB, that we're on tonight.
Yeah, I'll post it in a bit earlier today. I'll put I'll pop it in there again.
It's such a weird time for the rest of the world. It's midday. It's 12:30 in the UK at the moment. So everyone is either at work or they're having a lunch break.
Yeah, finishing work now.
Yeah, I think that's probably the issue with my channel is that it's
the time zone.
The timing is totally off for everyone. But we're just gonna roll with it. Maybe
like when you're way out in Australia, mate.
Totally. I know. We're in the arse end of the world down here.
Mate, all convicts.
Speak for yourself, bro. Speak for yourself. I just put it in the Discord.
I was actually fortunate enough to escape that land, mate.
Yeah, I'm stuck here, man. I'm not going anywhere. I'm building a house. I'm settling. I'm done. Hey, underachieving. House, good to see you. Yeah, building a new house. I've got three kids. I'm building a 5-bedroom, double-story, 42 square.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be epic.
Awesome, which on your estate?
Nah, established suburb, a little suburb called Oak Park, which is near Pascoe Vale, sort of Essendon.
Very nice.
Yeah, found just a little block of land empty, just out of the blue, and jumped on it before the developers did. So I was pretty lucky. So
that was very
nice job, man.
It was, yeah. It's going to be ready in probably 3 or 4 months. So you'll see a change of room in the new office setup. Yeah. So hopefully it's a bit better than the shit we've got in the background here. But anyway,
that's fantastic.
Nowhere near Arthur and Design Atelier.
Too funny. So I thought we'd Watches and Wonders. It's been a big week. There's everyone's been talking about it. I don't want to go into to cover all the stuff that everyone else has. I mean, there's a few inevitable things I think that we'll need to just have a chat about, because I wanted to get your guys' perspective on it, because we haven't caught up, and IDGuy's been pretty quiet on the airwaves this week. So it's great to.
And just for the sake of clearing the air, I've been quiet because I've been avoiding all watch releases, all news, all DMs, everything. I've gotten away from watches. This is a time when you can turn off from watches and let everyone else talk about this.
Because everyone's distracted.
I've been off there as well, so I've been not being involved either in much of it.
Yeah,
it's a good thing though, James, because now we get to see it all in front of us and we can chat about it. That's the beauty.
Exactly. But before we do that, I'm introducing a new section a new segment to Tuesday Night Live, and it's going to be a quick one. I'm just bringing this on you guys. It's kind of stuff that I picked up. It's like things of interest in the last week. Okay. And so I've only got a couple of things. And so I wanted to share this one. The first one is you guys would probably know Armin Reviews, or Armin from the Armin Reviews channel. He's got a great channel.
Oh, yes.
Armin's really, really cool
He's
guy.
A great guy, Armin.
Yeah, really chilled guy. I love his style.
I always see him on Friday night live when I watch Friday Night Chat
Bobby Legs.
With Bobby Legs.
Yeah.
Nice chat.
Yeah,
and I tried to tune into his Tuesday night one, but usually one with you, so I'm too tired afterwards.
Yeah, priorities, mate. Come on. So
ID and I have a private chat after this. Usually goes for about 3 hours.
No, don't even about an hour.
I leave, and then you guys are like still going. I have to leave my computer on so that you guys can still go. But anyway, I'll just talk to Armin. I'll get him going. He did a review of his watch. It's a Satori Billard I'd never really heard of this, but
Beautiful
I've
watches
heard him
from France.
from
Wow.
France, yeah, and full like he customizes them for you. So
He does
you
indeed.
work you work with the guy, and you know, you tell him what sort of material you want. He's got, I think this is a stainless steel case, but he's got tantalum. This has got a titanium finished dial in blue.
Very nice,
It's got titanium hands. The movement, I think Armand was saying, is not very. It's not a great movement, but you know, it's
more about
good.
the aesthetics as opposed to the movements. That's correct.
Yeah, and this one, look how the light plays off with the dial. It goes from black to like this bright ice blue.
Jaune chronometer blue. That kind of way.
Yeah, it does
Something
amazing
like
work. I've met the guy.
Oh, okay.
I think, I think Rick in the chat, Rick on watches, Rick on watches.
Yeah.
He knows him as well.
There you go. Rick's saying long wait for Sortari. Yeah. It's because he only does but he only does 75 watches a year or something.
Yeah, but I think he's looking to I think he's looking to change that. He's looking to add more people on board. He's looking to change that. But he does his prices are so low. The problem is that the affordability is there, so everybody can sort of afford his watches.
Yeah, so Armin was saying this one cost him about $3K US, I think. And so there it is next to his Moser.
This is so trippy for a second. Hold on. So you're watching a YouTube video where he's scrolling through Instagram, but I see two mouths. I don't know what's going on. So you're looking at the YouTube video right now. Okay, got it.
No, so this is his video, and he's doing his mouse. Yeah.
Okay, got it. That was so weird for a second.
Yeah, but he went for this full. So it's like full sterile dial. You know, you can get all sorts of dial customizations and all this sort of stuff. So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool video from Armand. So if you guys all probably know Armand's channel, but check this video out, and the Sortari, the Sartori. It's just a brand I'd never heard of before, so I just thought that was interesting.
Well, he's Megan actually knows him as well. She's been trying to get him to join our Discord and to get him to put some of his work and some of his him actually doing the dials, which he has some great videos he puts on Instagram, and to put it onto our Discord channel because it's apparently watching him do the work is quite amazing.
Look at that face.
And that's you recognize him. That's one of your first videos. I remember that.
It is, yeah. It was like my second video or something. So this is another one from our man Jason. So it's good that he's actually joining us today. So he did. This was Jason's. I gave Jason the challenge of designing this bad boy, the Odysseus, which is look. I love the dial on the Odysseus is really cool. The case is generally pretty cool, but this bracelet and link case situation is just fucked. I mean, what did they do? I don't get it. It's like there's two designers. There's one for the bracelet and one for the case. It's
pretty ordinary.
So Jason, do you want to talk to us through this, Jace? Oh, don't tell me an ad's coming up, man. I think we're getting an ad. Yep. Ad's coming up. No. Oh no, here we go. What's going on? Yep.
Dell Technologies.
I don't have a YouTube Premium or whatever. Where is Jason? Have you bailed on us? Or,
I think he is snorkeling.
Maybe add to the stream. Oh, we got blue shirt as well. Sorry, Jason. I didn't see Jace while you were languishing out in the Discord.
We got Zippo in the chat as well.
Hey, blue shirt.
And hey, blue shirt.
Gentlemen.
Oh, hey, buddy. Good to see you. So Jason, I was talking about this video that Jason did redesigning the Langer Odysseus, which was a super cool video. If you guys haven't watched it out in the chat, check it out. It's really cool. Geezer, Odysseus is it's great in person. Yeah, I'm sure it is, man. Yeah, look, I haven't seen it, but so I'm just going by the pictures. So yeah, what were your thoughts?
It's a great video.
Yeah,
it's an awesome video. Great blue shirt.
Where's Jason, man?
I think he is literally snorkeling right now. He's actually wireless on the phone.
It's amazing how Jason does this work off his iPad Pro.
It's so cool, isn't it? So what he did was, let's just kind of get to. Okay, I think this kind of. So what he did was, hang on. There's the end product. Okay, let me pause this. Skip. So yeah, the end. So getting the end link to sort of match up to the lug, and bringing the crown guards from this side over to this side as well. I think that's it in a nutshell. But it gives the watch a lot more symmetry and balance, and gives it a bit more of that shape of an integrated bracelet watch when you've got that balance from the other side.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really cool.
Nice and clean.
Yeah. There they are, that's side by side.
You still haven't
you
tried
can
this watch
see.
on in person, have you, JCB?
No, I haven't. No, they don't have it. There's a Langer AD Watches of Switzerland in just up the road from my work, but they've never ever had this watch in.
How do they have this watch in? I mean, nobody's buying it.
I don't know about that, man. I think people are buying it. I think people are buying it because it's one of the, it's like one of the cheaper Langers that's above the Saxonia line. I think.
Has anybody in your office got one of these on?
Nah, no. This man, the watch scene at my office is terrible. There's no one doing stuff.
But your firm's a big firm. I mean, what do you mean those guys don't have nice watches?
They don't. They've all got Ferraris and stuff like that. They spend their money on the big toys.
Have a nice watch.
Mate, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's just not a. There's only a few lawyers in Melbourne who are like the ones that are into watches. They're really right into it, but then the other ones, they're not into it. It blows my mind. I'm thinking, you guys have got cash. Why aren't you doing stuff? Anyway,
where the interest lies.
The watch is going to be distributed via standalone boutiques for the next few years.
Yeah.
I haven't inquired about one of these.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, Geezer. Yeah, it's boutiques.
Have you seen one of the person's blue shirt?
I haven't. When at the last watch time, they had just introduced it, and the day I was there, they didn't have one, and then the next day they did. So I haven't tried one on yet, but I would seriously love to.
I've seen one on the rubber strap that somebody's bought.
Yeah,
that's the only one I've ever seen.
It's a white gold on the rubber strap, I think. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I've seen one on a rubber strap. But it's the same with the Chopard
cool.
Alpine Eagle. I didn't really like that watch until I actually saw my real estate guy in Paris with the
blue shirt loves that watch.
I do.
And I didn't like it at all. Then he bought it and he usually wore an AP, or he always wore nice watches, and he said that this had become his favourite daily wearer. And when I saw the watch and I tried it on his watch, I thought, wow, this watch is quite impressive.
Hey Bobby, just shout out to Bobby Legs joining us. Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey Rob.
Bobby Legs had a fantastic collection. I saw blue shirt.
It was very good. I saw snippets on Sunday. It was cool.
It was like the war between Switzerland and Germany, wasn't it?
And he had the GP, the big GP, which you would have loved.
GP, which was music to my ears.
We missed you on Sunday, James, because we could have used your expertise on the GP.
The GP, I know. He's got a beautiful collection. I mean, he
does.
I mean, he's obviously got, he's really refined it down. I couldn't do what he's done, but really, it's a very nice collection. Very nice collection.
Man, so look at this. Look at the guys are chiming in, Geezer and Rick. Like, this is a fully hardcore waitlisted watch. Like, it's a purchase history. It looks like it's an application piece. I think that's what they call, right? So you need to have bought your Langer one, maybe a Zeitwerk or something, and then you can get the steel one. That's just bizarre.
It's hilarious.
Just crazy. Yeah, it's absolutely nuts.
I have a mutual friend who's about 40 miles away, and he's got all the Langer range and those interesting. And this was one of them that he really enjoys. He's enjoying the Odysseus.
Yeah, just shout out to Mark.
What's this watch retail for? It retails for about 30K, doesn't it?
Yeah, just about that.
I think someone's bashing away at their keyboard.
Yeah, I think it's Jason. He might be coming out of the water.
He might be snorkeling. Yeah, he's pulling his snorkel off. Maybe
the waves are hitting the top of the snorkel.
It's not me. for once.
Too funny. All right, so that's it. So that was the first. That were the two sort of interesting sort of things I thought we'd pull up this week and talk about. But next week we'll have some other stuff. Besides, of
so long as
course.
you don't challenge me at anything crazy again this week.
Hey, tell me what's wrong with this picture?
How much time have you got?
Just give me one. Give me one. Give me one.
I can give you one.
This is the photo that This is the photo that Jason posted in the Discord. And
it's 11 o'clock. You can see Phantom's got a bit of a leg.
Come on,
the placement, like, just needed to be like there.
It's just so.
There's so much wrong about this AP. Like, seriously,
I've seen this thing. Even being away from the watch space for the last week, I've seen this everywhere, and it's just child. I think the word is childish, right?
There's only one word that comes to mind about this watch.
What's
Invicta.
Invicta. Yes, that's a very good word.
All right, so let's just. I just
God
thought,
there's only 50 of them being made. Is that
I thought
right?
it was a funny. Like, imagine what it's going to look like when the time is like 10:55.
Right. I mean, we thoroughly eviscerated this watch on Sunday. It's ridiculous.
When I saw it, because my eyes glazed over and I just passed over it during the week, and then when Jason posted this thing and he was like, "What's going to happen when it gets to like 11 o'clock?" and I was looking at it going, "Oh my god, I can't unsee that now. It's too funny." All right, so that's that one. What do we got? This was
I've seen AP make some disastrous watches, but they're still likable. This one is not even in the likable category.
It's just ridiculous. Let's move on to this one. This was for me, and I don't know about you guys, but out of the sort of affordable sort of category, out of all the pieces, this one, and even for Rolex, like if you look at the Rolex umbrella, like this was the best Rolex release by far, like by a mile. And you guys know I'm a big chrono guy, so this one spoke to me a lot. And I just think, so the design, I mean, from a design point of view, design guys, you can probably rip it to shreds. But I mean, overall, just as a release, fuck, seriously, who's bashing their keyboard or chewing on something?
I think it is Jason's mic. I don't know what the noise is.
Maybe it's the mic. Sorry, Jace, I'm gonna have to mute you or something. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to.
If you mute Jason, that noise will go away.
No, still there.
You haven't muted him yet. There we go.
I did mute him. I did. Oh, no, he's on mute now. Okay.
My ears.
This by far, between Rolex and Tudor, this release was the best of the lot between the two sister brands.
For sure.
The Rancher just picked up the Panda dial, and I had that watch in my hands, and what a nice watch this is.
Yeah.
The black dial's nice, but the Panda just hits it out of the park. Great watch.
Just want to give a shout out to Pete from Not So Obvious Watches as well, joining us in the chat. So good to see you, buddy. Thank you.
I think we're all fans of his channel, aren't we?
Big time, yeah. Pete did some
Blue
great
Shirt watches, Pete. IDGuy watches. JCB watches.
For sure. Great videos. I've commented on a lot of his videos.
We're all fans of Pete.
Definitely. Good to have him here. But
Mark P's in the chat. Oh, hey, Mark.
Yeah, everyone. So
Orange Hand, what's up, man?
Oh, Orange is here as well.
Yep.
This is going to be good.
Cool. Oh, there he is. I got to go back to Orange's comment there. I don't know. It was pretty ridiculous. So, look, the Tudor, I think, so talking about Rolex and Tudor, I mean, this one it's a cracking piece. You got the Panda, and then obviously you've got the reverse Panda.
Mm-hmm.
Super, super cool. What do you guys think of screw down pump pushers for chronos these days?
I'm not a huge fan of that, but I'm overlooking it for this watch.
Yeah, I mean, for practicality purposes, it's fine. I must say, I love pump pushers. I've become such a fan of pump pushers because it's instantaneous timing. Wherever you are, it just happens. Having to go through that extra process of unwinding it is ridiculous, but it does make sense when you're using it as an everyday watch, I would say.
I have to say, JCB, this is other than the P01, which is obviously a bit of a family favourite, this is the first Tudor that actually I've turned my head to look at. I'm not a Tudor person.
Yeah, it's what's the problem? What's going on? What's in your wheat picks today?
It's how far are we lowering our standards to find this thing so lovable? I mean,
I'm not saying it's lovable. I'm saying it's the first Tudor
that you like?
I like the Tudor Heritage line, and I don't mind this.
I just when I looked at the earlier generations, the JPS model that they brought out a couple of years back with the black and gold, that is so much more interesting. This just feels like a cash grab, and it's a repackaging exercise.
Yeah, but this is giving the punters what they want, man. Come on, who's going to wear the S&G? How many S&Gs have you seen in the wild, man?
Not many.
You're going to see this, this is going to fly. Like, I spoke to the AD on Monday. I went in there and I was like,
what
okay,
are these,
come on, what's going on?
Yeah, something like that. I think about $3,000. Yeah,
I mean, we're not talking huge bucks.
Yeah, it's just over $5,000 US.
Yeah, so we're not talking arm and a leg here. We're not talking Submariner pricing.
Bang per buck. You really can't go wrong.
It just I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm biased because I've now picked up a chronograph, and for me it just does it. It does everything I'd ever want from a chrono.
You've got the beautiful long Jane's Big Eye.
You've got the Big Eye. And when I think of what you're getting,
this is on bracelet. It's both different watches.
Yeah. This is just so boring to me. This is me personally. I find it the most boring, chronograph I've seen in a long time.
I've seen other bicompacts which are more boring than this personally. I've had to see this. I have to see this in hand. Have you done lunchtime trip in Melbourne yet, JCB, to see this in hand yet?
I went in on Monday. I went straight away to just go and get it, but no one's got it. As soon as at Monards, they had the Panda that just went straight away. And on the Gold Coast, they had the black one again, just went straight away. And then there's dudes just queuing up, they've got a book full of inquiries and stuff.
So leave it.
Australia, but he was saying that they're not going to get many of these ones for a while. It'll start hitting the shops maybe in a few months they'll start getting a better supply. Maybe it's Australia, I don't know, but yeah.
How about this? Anyway, if we just reserve and think for a second, imagine if instead they are releasing the standard black and white reverse Panda format, if they decided to go with the format of the Paul Newman with a cream dial, or the the exotic dial with red accents around wouldn't that be a bit more born to dare than fucking tuxedo black? Yeah. It's the same usual format that we see every. Just
who's to say that in September they don't do something, they don't add some color to this?
Yeah, I hope they do, but I feel like this is just their mantra now, is just bring out what the father brand is doing. The father brand, the big name. They're trying to quell the Panda demand, and I mean this is a good way of doing it. It's the diet Panda for people who are interested in this area. The beauty is that it's an in-house movement, and it's great value for money for what you're getting. That's excellent. But God, it's boring for me. Sorry, it's just my take.
That's all right.
It's exhausting.
The reality is that people buying this watch are not going to be using a chrono. Really, they're looking at it from a pure look point of view, and look, it's a good value for money from that point of view. As Bobby League says, it's a good cash grab for that Daytona type buyer.
Yeah, I mean exactly. Yeah. This is not, this is a good alternative for those who are never going to be that chummy with their or spend as much money with their AD that they're going to get a Panda dial Daytona, and aren't willing to spend, $27-30 US to go gray market to go get one. This is enough for $5,000. I mean, I don't think you can really argue with this watch. I think it's fairly well.
Yeah, I agree. I have to agree. Yeah, I agree with that. But the problem is, I can see this becoming the next Panda though. It's the demand is just so ridiculous already. I don't see it dying down unless Tudor are going to turn the taps on and just pump them out.
I mean, I agree with you, IDGuy, that this is not the most imaginative and creative chronograph release ever.
We started.
It is on the boring side, but you know what? It's what the punters want.
Yeah, that's fascinating though. I find it interesting when we look at it from a broader perspective of what little work you need to do to get people interested in a watch. It really doesn't take a lot of effort, and these guys have nailed it in that area. Consumer driven, more clean.
There you go. We're going to look at the tag. We'll look at a tag that you might like, Pete, a bit later, I think. I want to say shout out to AMG as well for joining us, mate. Good to see you. All right, so now this is okay. I'm going to hit you up with something that's super sad. Okay, like this is the most exciting thing for me out of Rolex, right? And this is how messed up it was. The releases. The most exciting thing for me.
Not the Weed Just, anything but the Weed Just.
Is this
the Batman back on the oyster?
The Batman back on the oyster. Come on, that's what we all wanted. That's what I wanted, right? Because get this is my story, and you guys are gonna probably flip out, right? But a couple of weeks ago, before this came out, I actually emailed James going, you know what? I think I've decided, like, my next watch, I really want a Batman, but the original, the Mark 1. But I don't want to pay the stupid money that they're commanding on the grey market now. They're like 20K Aussie for a Batman now. Like, it's just ridiculous. And then like 2 weeks later, then they bring it out back on the oyster. I was like, cha-ching. But then my excitement was short-lived because I was like, oh, hang on, it's a GMT. I'm not going to be able to get one anyway.
Correct.
Correct.
So how messed up is that?
I wear my old Batman, not my Batgirl, because I can't stand it because it's got a noisy rotor. So I wear my old one with the old caliber mechanism in it.
But you know what?
How much better is this though? Seriously, look at that. Like, it's so much better.
Can I be another ID skeptic today and say that?
Skeptic.
Sure, you're on a roll.
Yeah, man.
I prefer it on the Jubilee.
You do like the Jubilee? Yeah.
Me too, IDGuy. Me too.
I love the draciness of the GMT. I think it just.
Both you guys haven't got it on the Jubilee.
No.
No.
I mean, Bruce, you wear a bluesy on an
oyster.
On an oyster. So neither of you have actually experienced Jubilee, and neither of you had noisy rotor on one of these new ones.
The noisy rotors seem to be endemic. It's like a common thing amongst a lot of people.
I don't know
about it. It's peculiar. Huh?
But
because you're both watch guys, you both wouldn't tolerate a noisy rotor.
Yeah, especially on a watch like a Rolex. Yeah.
And if you had a GMT hand on your watch with a bit of a run down the side of it, you wouldn't tolerate that either.
Yeah, no, you're right.
With our loop on it,
this is going to be fun. Let's chat about this.
Here's the one that you want to talk about. All right.
My most disappointing release.
So I've done a write-up on these releases, and I've really enjoyed it. I've compared Rolex to Apple and how they have gone all over the show. And this watch, in the summary, I'll read the description of how I explained the Explorer as we move into it. I said, this poor misunderstood creature has been pulled and pushed, glammed up and toned down, injected with roids, EPO, put on a restrictive diet. It's seen a handful of generations, built up as a watch that reached new heights. And it has been all over the place. When you think of how it began, gilt dials and 34 mils, and then jumped to the 1016 and those early models. And we kept the 36 for like 3 decades, jumps to 39, interesting move, modern step forward, and now returned back to 36, returning to an 11-year-old design they've brought back again. It's so peculiar. It's so bizarre. As for the two-tone,
that's
should
an
we have a vote? Should we have a vote in the
abomination.
chat? Y or N in the chat on whether or not you like the two-tone on the watch?
I'm a Y for the two-tone. I think that's going to be a great
started.
seller amongst the
female audience. Yeah,
female audience. My wife already said she wants one, and I know a number of other people, females in my team that would love one.
Yeah, so it's a woman. N.
So Ben.
Hey Ben, good to see you.
No, Blue shirts are no, Rick's are no.
Junior likes it.
Mark,
Tom likes it.
Tom likes it.
Mark, what does Hannah say?
Who?
Mark P. What's Hannah say? His wife, because he buys his wife watches. Junior Johnson to yes. Thomas Burnett's a no. Bobby Leeds is a no.
This has been Pete
McCumble's a no, but he says it will sell well.
Nothing says rugged Explorer's tool watch than.
Well, nobody's going to take a two-tone Explorer.
No, of course not.
Are they?
No, of course not. But as for the standard 36 in steel, that really has me interested. That has me really interested.
Mr. Skeptic, can I just say something to you?
Yes, sir.
What is the most well sought after Rolex vintage piece in the market today?
1016.
Not the 1655.
So what's Rolex giving us now? They're giving us a 36 mil Explorer.
Yeah, it's good.
So tell me, When was the last time anybody here or in the chat went caving?
When caving? Last
wait.
weekend. It was last weekend for me, James.
Oh, was it really?
Cave
But back
exploring.
up, James. People want the 1016 because it's the original 36 Explorer, right? And
Right.
it came out back in the day when 36 was the
jam.
size.
The standard size. Yep.
You know, we've moved on now to 30, 39 to 42 is where it is for guys these days.
I'm just shocked that Rolex has abandoned the 39 millimeter size.
And that audience.
I agree with bullshit.
And the way I've worded this video is going to be good because it looks at, like, you start with the 36, great. End at the 39, which is also great. It bridges the gap. It's that excellent meeting point. Maybe it does have a few quirks, but it's egalitarian. It allows all wrist sizes to enjoy the piece, essentially.
Correct.
So what they could have done then is gone back and said, okay, cool. We've got the modern format. We've got what made the vintage one so great. Let's find that perfect in between. 37 and a half, 38 mils. Widen the bracelet a little bit more, and you've got the piece nailed. It's ideal for everyone. But now it's just the whole audience who was interested in the aesthetics of the 39 and that size.
You just killed it.
Gone.
Yep.
That
Gone.
sucks. And you have to either choose 42 or just get this tiny Explorer, which is a problem.
I thought because everything's going to 41, particularly the OPs, the natural progression was to get a 41 Explorer.
No logic.
There's no logic there whatsoever.
None.
Yeah.
So
people are saying, oh, they've got the 36 now, so maybe next year the next release will be a 41 Explorer, so they have the big one and the small one.
Yeah. The way we can sum up all of these releases is a repackaging exercise. It's their method of shifting stock.
There must be some logic in Rolex's mind, though, with the OP launches, the coloured OP launches, that said to them, 36mm is our market because of the success with 36mm size to both male and female demographics. Because Rolex wouldn't make a decision without having some data, surely.
So James, this is what I was thinking about this. These launches, these like initial conceptions for these pieces happen, early in the quarter. I'd imagine first quarter of the year. So 2020, they were looking at this watch, planning this watch, should I say? So how did they get the data from the OPs if they just launched it last year?
Their data would come from how many they sold into their ADs, not from how many was sold to consumers. So it depends how they look at it. They look at warranty registrations, or they look at how many units were sold into ADs. That's the question here. So they would assume that the ADs are saying there's no stock, so therefore they assume that the stock's been passed on to retail customers. Okay. So there would have been a huge amount of stock gone into ADs with the launch of the OPs. And also, there's a pattern here with the other watches they launched. They're 36mm as well, like the Palm Tree, the Blue Dial.
The Weed
They're
Just.
only available in 36mm.
The Weed Just.
Yeah.
IDGuy, another question for you. Why do you think they took away the floating hands from the Black Dial version when that was the link to the original with the orange hand?
Yeah.
Why do you think? What's the thinking there?
The sake of legibility, I think extra legibility, having more hand exposed to see on a Black Dial, maybe. I really have no idea. This watch has turned me off completely. There's just nothing new.
My theory is just cost cutting. It's like, why have two sets of hands when you can have one set of hands which goes on the white and the black?
White and the black. That's a good point.
So
Yes.
in the manufacturing process.
Yeah. Well, and for servicing, they only just send the same set of hands to all the service centers or whatever. It's got to be that. I mean, why else would you fuck with that original floating hands? They were so cool. Like that was the link to the 1655 for me, anyway. So anyway, Rolex. Let's move on.
Pete McConville says the 36mm Explorer opens the sports steel collection to women before there was little for them. So that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean they could have sized the watch a little bit bigger. I mean 36mm is a good size, but I mean women can wear 38s, they can wear 39s.
Well, 39, 40. I mean, all women in my house wear 40mm and upwards.
It just doesn't make sense
and they've all got small wrists.
In the modern professional category, it just doesn't make any sense. You got the 41 now as the standard, essentially.
Yeah, that's right.
And now all of a sudden drop it to 36 again.
They're wearing 40mm subs. I mean, let's just face it, they're wearing 40mm subs.
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's been a Strange release week for them.
It's just weird. Anyway, let's move on. This was
this is the best release of the. This wasn't even a Watch and Wonders release. The Brightling, it came the night before.
Well, we
Statue of
broke it.
Green.
We broke it live last week. Come on,
We broke it live last Tuesday. Yes,
we had it live on. We were looking at it. Oh, we were pumped. We're going to talk about one of the Brightling releases in a minute because I'm super annoyed. But this one, for me, out of all of those ones, was the top one. It's such a cool watch.
Buying this watch. I'm buying this pistachio, mint, pea, green, whatever you want to call it. It's called pistachio. I call it mint. It's a mint to me.
It's minty.
Mint green, minty. It's a mint watch.
And you can sell it in mint condition.
It could be
in trouble. It's mint.
It'll be bashed up and it'll still be in mint condition.
It'll be in mint condition. That's right. It's my mint watch, my mint Breitling. I love this watch. I think this watch is the highlight of all releases in the last week.
I love where's the sorry, I'm going up and down. But look at the case size, the specs, 40 mil, 13 mil thickness, lug to lug, 47.6. It's like the perfect sized watch with a B09 hand
the
wound.
models going upwards go to 15. They get a little bit too. It gets a bit too thick on the wrist.
Okay.
My wrist can handle it.
The throwaway comment I had on when I saw the hands-on of this watch on a wrist of someone on the side profile, I said it looks like a toaster because it was so tall. But maybe that was the more premium. I think it was the split time model. This is a different variant. I can't remember.
I think Pete in his video.
Yep.
I mean, I saw Pete's.
Pete wants to get one. He's saying 2022. He wants to pick one up. I think. Yep.
Well, when Pete did his video, Pete's a Breitling fanboy. You know, the low Rolex fanboys out there. Pete McCrumble's a Breitling fanboy. But I think he really suggested it well, even in the big fat boy of the
Thomas mushy pea green.
That just changes the whole dynamic of the watch from mint to mushy pea green.
I hate to throw the bucket of water on the fire, but this is just
doesn't do it for you.
Oh man!
All right,
I'm with you, blue shirt. Don't worry, you're not the only one. I'm not a fan of the color.
You don't like the green blue shirt either?
I do not, especially that color green.
Blue version.
What about no? This is a different watch though. This is the duograph Premier. This is the split seconds, right? Yeah. So imagine
3 models.
So this one, but imagine. I think they'll bring out that watch with this blue dial eventually. But the thing that pissed me off about the Breitling releases,
it looks like
this watch.
Oh my God! Look at that!
Look at this!
Look at
huge.
It's what the fuck?
It looks I'll take that back. It's not a toaster. It looks like a blender. It looks like something you could actually mix fruit in.
That's thicker than a James Cameron.
What?
It's a monster.
That's 15.5 or something. Hey?
Wow!
That's not
beautiful.
That much thicker than a James Cameron.
I could put this watch case into my car engine and replace the piston with this thing, man.
Come on, James Cameron's about that thick.
Yeah, but okay, you got 1,000.
James Cameron is a 20,000 meter dive watch,
right?
How can you compare? Why are you comparing this? That's the thing. You're comparing it to a James Cameron. For fuck's sake! I love
the design though. The case and everything is beautiful. I think they've nailed it with those horizontals.
I love it.
And these straps are thick. That's like a 4 mil, 4.5 mil thick.
To hold that thing in place on your wrist.
Oh, come on.
What about that deployment though? Have a look at that deployment. Won't that like hurt?
Oh my God!
Up here.
That rides right up
your arm. Is it a can opener or a deployment clasp?
It's huge. Yeah.
Why
can't more brands do double deployments? What's the deal with single deployments?
It's an NBA championship ring, except it's like 42
millimeters.
It is.
I tell you, he nailed it. My toaster is more wearable.
Well played, Orange Hand. Well played.
That's the thing. A hockey puck. It's a tuna can or something. It's like,
I so want to like Breitling. I so want to like it, and I just. They just don't.
What is the thickness? Is it 15?
It's over. It's like 15.3 or 5 or something. It's over 15.
No, it's 15, over 15. What
does it say?
15.7 or something.
15.7. Yeah, I would. I mean, this is the thing. This is what this watch. This would have been the Breitling that everyone would have been clamoring for. Like this was the release, and then they get to the AD. And then they see this, and then they just go, "What the hell?"
Whoa!
Yeah. Like, Yeah, and then they come over to here, and it's like, okay, this one's 13, and you know what I mean? Like it's like no one's gonna go to that watch. That they just fucked that release. They messed it up. Sorry, I want to I love Breitling. I've got one. It was my first nice watch, but you know, I mean, this one's probably I think the Datora is a little bit better.
Though, and it's what's the Patek that they're using as the reference? I never get the reference numbers right.
It's the 50. It's the 5372 perpetual calendar.
Got him.
Yeah. So this one, look,
15.3. James, you with us?
What's going on, James? There.
Yeah, a bit of a signal.
Sorry, Rich. The 5270. Yeah.
Okay.
Got him. But so this one, even this one, look, someone's echoing.
Double link.
Dropped out.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Have you got a bit of a signal? Have you got a window open?
Let's all keep talking on top of each other.
Oh, fucking hell. This is first Jason, now this.
Oh, no.
Someone's gone.
And it's down to 3. This is a nice looking watch. And I'm not a huge salmon dial guy, but this is a nice looking watch.
The form is pretty stunning.
At least they hit the boner. Yeah. Look, yeah, they hit it inside the case because the case was thick enough to hide the boner. That's what they did. Fuck.
God, what the hell is AP doing with that partnership? It's so comical.
Oh my god!
You know, the reputation that they had. They have such a good reputation with their offshores, and then they decide to put cartoon characters on their dials now because it's whimsical and fun. It's so peculiar, man. He's back. He's back.
What else? So I think that was the
playing up.
So yeah, so you got the Premier in 40 comes in these two colors for now. I think given the fact that these will not sell, they will have to change the dial colors up on these ones to get them to sell. I mean, look at this. This is
to me. That is my favorite.
Look at this. Like, oh my god.
That to me is. I mean, when it comes to a dressy chronograph, I still want contrast, and I love that rose gold and black. It just look at the way it's so nicely placed. Brilliant. Such a cool looking piece.
Yeah, it's a very the Langer honey gold vibes coming through.
Yeah, it sure does. Got that right.
Anyway, so that was Breitling. Let's move on. This was another sort of in the lower sort of tier category. Before we get on to the crazy shit, so Tag brought out this. So there's the new Aqua Racer line, which whatever, and then they've got this tribute to the Ref 844. Which came out in 1978. So obviously here's the original. Let's get this. Let's blow this up a bit. Yeah, it's super cool. I thought it was just interesting. You know, it's got the sword hands going on. The only problem is like have a look at the.
It's a 12-sided hexagon, isn't it?
Look at the markers though. Like my brain goes into paralysis looking at all the angles on this.
Yeah,
watch.
my brain when I look at a bezel that's not round, it's like how does it turn? You think to yourself,
that's so much Tag Heuer thing though, isn't it?
Yeah. That's their identity.
It's their DNA with the Aqua Racer and so many other models. They're just making bezels odd shapes.
Nice idea though. It's nice that they bring it back.
I think it's cool. Overall, it's cool. So that was maybe Pete. Do you
I started my collecting days, 25 years ago with Tags, and I'm still to this day love them.
They've got some cool pieces.
Hey, you notice that they've left Tag Heuer on the dial of this model, but they could have easily just copied the Heuer instead.
How much better would that have been?
Isn't that like
so much better
having Grand Seiko on a dial?
70s piece.
Exactly, IDGuy. Exactly.
It feels like having Grand Seiko text on a dial when you could just erase that. You don't need to have it there.
When I had my Monaco, that's one of the things I loved about it. Besides the fact that that it's quirky and doesn't look like anything else.
It does. It just say Heuer.
It just says Heuer on it.
I've also noticed that I didn't realize the original had a cathedral hand on it. That's so weird. Check it out.
Yeah.
What the? Okay, that's something.
I'm
glad they didn't go with that one on this. That the sword hands look better. Anything with sword hands look good.
And then if you're going to do it Cyclops, do it at 3:00, not at 6:00. It looks dumb. Sorry.
This is an underside Cyclops on these Aqua Racers, which is I think more brands should do that rather than having it protrude.
Target been doing that for a while as well, JCB.
Have they? Okay. Yeah, right. I didn't realize that.
They've had a history of doing the underside Cyclops for a long time.
Yeah. I think it's the way to go if you're going to do it, right?
This has been on the airwaves. People have been talking about this.
I just prefer a watch of no date.
Have
to
they?
be honest.
Same as me, James.
I agree with you, Ben. That date window that kills it.
Heritage lines.
So where does this sit then? If it's paying tribute to a heritage watch, but it's not, and it's weird. That's when it starts getting a bit muddled. You know, when
they're
this
taking
piece
some
is
design language from that watch,
from the original,
saying it's that watch.
Ben's not a fan of the date window. Yeah, it's not a good look overall. I just think,
they could ditch the Cyclops and make the date window black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't
just get rid
Time
of
to
it.
go
been
to
much
get
better off.
weird tab marks during the holidays.
Gotta love racing strap tan.
Yeah, but they're gonna be hexagon weight. It's gonna be hexagon marks in your wrist, isn't it?
Let's move on. This was the big bad boy release. Obviously.
Oh, what a watch this is!
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I
would like to learn a bit more about this piece. I've seen it. I've heard that it's got everything and more on top of it, but it'd be nice to hear the spec.
Well, I'm not going to pretend to know everything about it because I'm just not going to do that. But it's got 11 complications, including perpetual calendar, minute repeater. This is the interesting part. Indications of the synodic, draconic, and animalistic cycles. Okay, this is the calendar stuff here going on. Where so you've got two sides to the front piece, obviously, and then you've got two sides to the back part of the case. So you've got 4 sides to the case. The back sides of the case are these insane calendar mechanisms which allow you can predict things like when, I don't know, some crazy what is it,
Mayan calendar,
astronomical events, supermoons and eclipses and stuff like that. So it's in terms of cosmic, like in terms of cosmic functions on a calendar watch, it's the most advanced so far that's ever come out. So I mean, just look at the thing. It's absolutely.
This is how you celebrate a 90th anniversary. Rolex,
right?
Rolex.
That's how you do it really well.
Wake up, Rolex.
I think last week Rick was saying, JLC are going to bring out a crazy reverso. I don't think he was imagining that it would be this crazy.
It's 4 dials. Thomas is saying.
Yeah, it's 4. So two on the main case and 2 on the back case.
Yeah,
I mean, what I love
1.5 million.
What is
1.5 mil. Yeah.
The best thing about this watch and the JLC line in general is that they don't compromise on their case forms. They don't triple the size of the watch. They don't. Yeah, it's all of that in one package, and it's impressive.
I was just going to say, IDGuy, that the best part about this is that it's still a reverso.
Yeah, it's very impressive. It's not a watch for everyone. I can see the appeal is not
1.4 million.
It doesn't do anything for me at all.
But just aesthetics. If I had the money to spend, I wouldn't be buying this watch. It's something to appreciate. No. It's like a Rolls Royce with a full hand beaten finish. But I mean, it's not aesthetically beautiful, but it's functionally crazy. It's movement.
So before we were talking about Breitling putting in a split seconds into a 15.7 mil case, and then here we've got 11 complications, no less, in a 15 mil thick watch. The whole entire thing, like that's just
very impressive.
Says everything, doesn't it?
Again, this just proves that JLC, when they want to be, they still are the watchmaker's watchmaker, and when they want to flex their chops, they can do so.
Tom's asking, can it survive a good game of polo? Probably not. Yeah. And Rick then says this or the AP Black Panther.
I'd take the AP Black Panther. I'm an AP guy, as you'll know.
Oh, wow.
So that was
the price. It's a 1.5 million, Pete.
I'd have to say, if I had my choice of this or the Westminster chimes that came out a year or two ago, I'd go with that one. But this one is amazing.
I get so much more enjoyment out of a Gerard Perregaux or something though, which has various complications, and it's only a fifth of the price.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think this is it's obviously one of those exhibition display, let's show off what we're doing sort of piece. It's one of those. It is sort of what it is. Let's have a look at the other ones that I really liked were the Vacheron.
Agreed.
So there's I like the first one and the third one. You guys know from my first appearance on Watch Talk with the Punters, I pulled up this one from last year, but the yellow gold version. So now they've released it in white gold. There's just something just so badass about this watch. It's just
you love it.
White gold is badass.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I like the yellow gold, but now it's in white gold. It's like 10 times better. It's
you're such a fan. You're such a fan of perpetuals. It's fascinating.
That's my thing. Yeah, the more complicated it is, the better for some reason.
So what price is this? Is about 380,000.
No, I don't think it's that much. I don't know. It's going to be price on application, but let me think. Let me search my memory bank.
It's white gold, solid white gold.
I think it's somewhere maybe in the. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to say 300. Yeah.
It's 300,000.
Look, it's crazy. But let's have a look at this. This was a really interesting watch because at first glance,
you really get your sins forgiven for this if you wear this watch.
Oh yeah. You don't ever have to worry. Like you never
no confession required.
No confession ever. The rest of your life, you're done.
Yeah. So yeah, Thomas agrees. The white gold looks better than the yellow gold for sure.
Agreed.
Yeah. So
agreed.
Yeah, for sure. But this one is it's just so.
I agree with as well.
The case, it's just a beautiful. Look how restrained the design is. This is just the stealth fuck off piece, like if there ever was one. I reckon it's just such a cool piece.
Is this paying tribute to a model, or is this just a reinterpretation of a traditional variant? I didn't see the description.
That's a really good question.
It's in the traditional line.
I'm not sure. Yeah,
kind of
not sure. I might say somewhere.
Find a boutique.
I'll have to. Doesn't really say. Give us the backstory, but
it's saying 280K USD.
Ouch.
What's that for the white gold? For the perpetual?
Second.
Yeah. Oh, for this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it that much, this one?
Yeah.
Platinum. Hey?
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know it was that much. I thought it was more like
I could think of
200.
I'd rather purchase than that, I'm afraid.
Yeah, this is it's for
van.
Yeah, look, it's fitting a niche though. I think like it's if you're into that sort of understated sort of look, then this is sort of it hits that one.
It's a beautiful watch. No doubt.
The aesthetics of the Breitling Premier to me in the black and rose gold.
Yes,
this model. I find that a lot more appealing. Maybe it's just my love for numerals on dials. But this,
yeah, I get that. I get that.
Very restrained for what this watch is. I
think when you for me, it's like you couldn't considering the complication. You're getting a split seconds chronograph, and the size of the thing is only 11.7 mil. I think.
It's impressive. Yeah.
And it's just a really cool watch. Give me this in stainless steel with the black dial, and I'm in heaven.
You're away.
But James, not a fan. That's cool. IDGuy, not a fan.
No, I'd rather go for the Bright, just purely aesthetics at this point. I think the Breitling aesthetics are my.
I'd rather go for the Breitling.
Yeah.
This one just came out, I think, yesterday, maybe. I think this is another one of those ones that I just kind of looked at quickly. It didn't really appeal to me, but then the more I started looking at the piece, the more the details and the little bits and pieces about it just sort of started twisting my mind around a little bit. So this is another perpetual calendar. But you can see, the date display
it's well hidden, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a linear date display that they've done for the first time in this sort of watch.
Yeah, so I think they did it once on a pocket watch many eons ago, if I remember right. I can't remember if that's the history. They've followed that through. The case is also even interesting.
He's heading off.
Oh, okay.
Take care, Pete.
See, thanks for dropping by, Pete. Good to see you, mate.
Nice to have you.
Nice to have you.
So this one, it's about the details. I think it's got this beautiful dial that's sort of brushed. It's got the date set up like that. Beautiful. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
I think, okay.
1972.
Yeah. There we go. There you go. IDGuy, you nailed it. But I mean, just the details of the thing. Oh, for fuck's sake! What's happening?
The case form is also quite interesting because it's very reminiscent of watches from about the 60s. Patek was quite invested with their case forms that had those very sharp lugs to them, and I think that's what they try to bring back to in this line. I don't know. I'm by no means a Patek follower. I just remember watching an interview with Wei Ko and John Goldberger on a very rare perpetual. I think it was a perpetual calendar that he had. and they all had that similar case form back in the day.
Yeah. Well, the movement setup is very
Stunning.
reminiscent of the pocket watch style, isn't it? With the separate
Very much
bridges.
so.
I
for
love those
everything.
bridges. That is beautiful.
Yeah, very cool. Micro rotor. It's just so cool. Very,
It
very
is.
cool
It's a
watch.
beautiful watch.
Beautiful movement.
So that was the Patek. What else we got? So this is the
My
this was
goodness.
the big gun from Langer.
Okay, this is the first time I've seen this.
Okay, so triple
Oh.
split. Triple split came out in 2018. So it's not this is not a new watch. It's just a triple split in a rose gold case with a blue dial. Yeah, so it's not a new complication.
What do you think of that blue shirt?
I love it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I like
I dig this so much. This looks amazing.
This is very nice.
How cool is it?
This looks
so
amazing.
Cool. Very.
That really, those colors really blend well together, don't they?
Wow.
They do.
It's so cool.
So it's pink
That
gold.
movement. Look at that movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can wear that
this
watch
is-
either way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like a metropolis, this movement. It's literally like looking at, like, those
It
pictures
is,
of
isn't
LA
it?
with all the freeways and stuff.
That's what it looks like.
For anyone who knows their movements, is this would this be considered a vertical clutch or I think it's a lateral clutch movement, right?
It's lateral, I think, yes.
Most movements are lateral because they're just prettier looking. So what's the thickness? What? Oh, that's the caliber. The caliber is 9.4 millimeters thick.
Yeah,
the watch itself
9.4.
No, that's
just the movement.
That's the movement.
Oh.
Here we go. 15.6. Yeah, it's
right.
big, but it's
43 mils.
These watches are always big.
That's a big monster.
Yeah, but you're getting, so this is the world's first triple split triple split chronograph. So it allows you to measure. So it's two 12-hour calendars. Chronographs. So you got a double for the 12-hour. There's a double for the 30-minute, and then you got a double for the seconds, obviously. So three splits for the timing. So very, very cool, complicated watch from A. Langer.
I'd happily wear this.
Yeah,
to
the polo.
All day to
the polo match. It could withstand a few smacks, I think. Looks good.
Too funny. What else do we got? This was another weird.
Right.
So I was telling you guys before. Let's just look at some weird stuff that came out. This is from Arnold and Son. No one really talks about Arnold. Yeah, they do. They do. I think. So this is the Lunar Magna, and you'll see the way that they've done the moon phase is actually a ball.
Three-dimensional? Ooh.
Yeah. So it's a 12 millimeter diameter white marble half sphere and aventurine glass half sphere. So look at the cosmos.
Sensational.
And you've got it matches up. The aventurine ball matches up with the cosmos through the dial.
Oh, that's beautiful. Very clear.
Very cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stunning. It's got the standard dial, which is the normal standard Arnold Sun dial.
We all love a good aventurine.
Yeah, very cool. So 28 pieces, limited edition though. 40 about maybe 45.
Arnold and Son are very well priced for what you get in terms of compared to what they offer.
Is there a display back? Half price in 18 months? Yeah, for sure, Rick. Good point.
Half price
Rick,
in 18 months.
We'll get you to jump on next week, Rick, and tell us about Arnold. Sorry?
You have to wait 18 months for it to be half price.
Yeah, maybe not 18. What were we talking about? Case back?
Wow. Is that the power reserve at the back there? Or was that the moon phase?
No, it's another moon phase, I think.
Wow.
All right.
Look at that.
That's pretty wild.
That's amazing.
This start for 20-odd grand in 12 months. And what's not the like about wearing that in your wrist?
Yeah.
Having that 3D globe working all the way around, you can see it on all sides. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating.
Would you wear that blue shirt?
Yeah, I would.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wear that in the evenings with a nice tuxedo.
Or in your jeans.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Jeans watch. This is for the beach.
Jeans watch.
I've always liked this.
Wearing this, don't you?
Just remember that the moon phase is very useful when you are a surfer. So, I mean, if you are an avid surfer, you want to know this kind of stuff. It's useful. So, very useful complication.
Just leave it in your towel on the beach when you take the board out.
Yeah, you want to know your waves. It's the way.
Look at these dials they have on this watch.
Arnold & Son. I've got a few of their pieces.
Do you really? Yeah, that's interesting, mate. I'm coming around to them, and I think not many. No one talks about them. I don't get it.
No, nobody
Our
does.
family, we wear them. I mean, if you want contacts to buy them, I've got some contacts for you, JCB.
Okay, cool, man. Sounds
I know
good.
where
When
to get them.
I'll pony up the
Pre-owned.
50K, no problem.
No,
Easy.
pre-owned.
The skeletons look beautiful.
Yeah, they do. They've got this one. I think this is the one, the Nebula.
That
the
is
Nebula.
so sick.
I'm not into
Very cool.
these pieces with the bull and all. I mean, I've seen all these.
Yeah.
I like the mechanical side of them, the mechanical versions of them.
Okay.
Not the dress versions.
Wow, that offsetting is amazing too. That dial at the 4. That's cool.
Yes,
Guys, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Awesome.
Nice, Bishop.
Legit.
And look at this. Like, it's so cool.
That's amazing. Look at the
Yeah.
double
The
barrel and
mechanical
everything.
versions of them. There's so many pieces which are really nice.
Offset
that version
seconds.
there.
That looks great.
So this is part of the Citizen Group, Arnold and Son.
That's correct.
So it's their high-end brand in Citizen, and I just feel like they're just a hidden little gem of a brand.
You can't buy these brand from the boutiques.
Yeah.
You've got to be buying these where somebody else has taken the hit and the depreciation, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's this model here.
This one?
My wife
That one.
wears one, which is
Recognize that one.
which is a world timer. Keep going down.
What's this? This is insane.
That's amazing, yeah.
Their
Wow.
watches are unbelievable.
Oh, this one here. The world timer, is it?
Yeah, keep going down. That's it there. See that watch there? That's it.
That's insane.
This watch retails $15,000.
That is crazy.
Oh, really?
Retails.
Okay. Yeah.
You can pick
What'd
these
you get
up
it for? What do you
somewhere
pick it up for?
You pick them up for about 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. Rick knows what's going on.
Yes, Rick.
They take a hit. Cool watches, but need to buy right. They take a huge value.
This watch here, this watch here, the world timer, is absolutely amazing. It's absolutely brilliant watch to wear. It's just beautiful. It's just so, I don't know, it's high end horology at low end pricing. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it to you.
That's
I mean,
gorgeous.
it's such a beautiful watch. It really is. It's beautiful to wear on the wrist. Look at it.
Yeah.
Also wanted to
very
compliment Rick on his Tintin Speedmaster. I think it's one of the most underrated in the Omega category. That's his avatar that he's sharing with us.
Oh, his too.
Yeah. I love that red, and people are saying it's very kitsch and cliche, but I think that red and white just adds something, a nice little touch of color to the Speedy. Looks great. Limited edition.
Yeah, sorry, Jason. I should have finished off with the
Trying to
JLC.
follow Elvis. I like that. I like that.
So that
Yeah,
was sort of it. I mean, obviously there was 1,000,001 releases over the course of the week. Did you guys have anything that you wanted to bring up?
Yeah, I like
while we're here.
The former Mercer.
What do you got? The Riviera. That's the one. Yep.
Yeah, I think there's some interesting history to be delved into with that particular watch.
I'm
I
gonna
like I like the black one.
Let's see
Well,
what we
I
could
think
talk through.
the thing about that particular watch was it was a re-edition, or it's actually a very interesting watch because it actually came from my birth year, which is 1973.
There you go. Yep. Okay.
And the one thing about that particular watch was it was sort of released around the same time as the GP Laureato, a year after the obviously the Genta AP Royal Oak, around the same time as Nautilus, and obviously also around the same time as the Chopard Eagle. What's it called? The
Alpine Eagle.
The Alpine Eagle.
Sorry, my brain's not working properly. Alpine Eagle. But the one interesting thing about when you bring this watch up is this watch, which everybody goes, another homage to the Genta and all that sort of stuff, which it is not, because firstly, it's a 12-sided hexagon, which was designed with this watch. This watch came out in 73, and it came out in 3 different versions. It came out in a 36 mil, which was the sizing at the time, in a quartz version. It also came out in a 42 and a 43 mil.
Yep. Okay.
So
I like the sort of waves on the dial, and it's got a bit of that see-through into the case, into the.
That's correct.
movement.
It's got its own internal movement. So it had the 36 mils that it came out in. Came out in a quartz movement because this time when it first came out in 73, we were dealing with a quartz crisis.
Okay.
So This
history.
once again, this particular watch had a lot of history about it as well.
Yeah.
I do
So
see the Alpine
Yeah,
Eagle.
there we go.
I see the Alpine Eagle a lot in the aesthetics of it, actually.
Yeah,
since you
so
brought it up.
it's not a homage. I mean, this is once again a watch that came out around the same time as all these other watches were coming out, and so this is obviously the design at the time. Everybody was sort of doing this sort of hexagon type styling, retro looking
This
watches.
This one's piqued my
looks
interest.
amazing.
This one, really
this
nice.
one looks really good. Thomas would like this because he likes the black coating.
Yeah,
but this is like the decent with a rubber strap. But then
the way they've done the rubber.
Is this 42 or 43 mils?
42.
42, I think. Yeah, it was 42.
So these are once again these don't sell anywhere near. I don't know what the pricings are on these, but
about
I wouldn't imagine
$5 US, I think.
Yeah, but that's the retail,
US.
isn't it?
Yeah, retail. Yeah, that's retail.
I mean, these will be on Jones Shop within a month.
Yeah.
Or what World of Watches or one of those. These aren't bad looking watches. I mean, I would like to have one or two to try, just for the sake that they come from my birth year and they're around the time of the Northwest and the Royal Oak and the Chopard. I mean, they have got some really good history behind them. I like the blue, I like the black, and I like even the silver's got waves on it as well.
Yeah.
Very, very nice restraints.
Cool.
I think they've put through the model. The blue one, I'm seeing just how there's very little polishing, and all the lines seem to work very well together. It's a well executed watch.
It is. The lines on the bezel and case work really well together, don't they? It's really good.
And the bracelet, I think that integration of the strap is fantastic. It looks so good.
It's not $30,000 for an AP Royal Oak, is it?
Exactly.
No. So that's the thing.
It's not a bad looking watch. I mean, it's wearable. No. It's Swiss made. And it's got obviously 36 mil size as well as the 42, 43s. It's remarkable for both females and males, and you know, you can if you want a smaller wrist size, you can have a smaller size. I think they're great. I think it's a great release.
I'm gonna go try them on when I see them. Yeah, let's get a look at this one, and then we'll go to Jason. Wanted to have a look at the VC, so we're gonna pull up the.
I've got a few. I've lined up a few. I'm interested in looking at Panerai and IWC. They did some pretty interesting things.
Cool.
Later on.
Here we go. 21.
Yeah,
so this one,
Tiger's Eye.
I think.
I hear Rick's getting himself one. Isn't he the Tiger Eye?
Yeah, I think Rick's getting that one, aren't you, Rick? And,
I hope the lines are horizontal and not diagonal.
Hey, PJS, good to see you, man.
That's the pricing with Moser. You would want to get a shot of your watch sent to you before you get the watch sent through the boutique.
I mean,
they would do that at the very minimum. Ed or what do you call it?
Because of the
working very well. Nicholas, who's
the variants in the stone.
I love that Tiger Eye. It is beautiful.
Yeah, it's dope.
Can you imagine having a diagonal line across the watch? Imagine how much it would do your head in having a diagonal line.
My OCD couldn't handle that.
Like that.
Which one would you go for, blue shirt? The blue or the?
No, this one I would actually go with the Tiger Eye.
Got to go with the original, man.
Yeah,
that's the way.
But a diagonal line would kill me,
wreck me. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
The OCD. It's with
Rick's
the lines
for at least Switzerland with Moser. Actually, I'm not gonna buy one of these, to be honest with you, the guys.
Why not? It's dope, man. What are you talking about?
I know, just
not into it.
I've got my eye on too many other things at the moment.
They're more streamliners. They're streamliners on the way, James.
I've got some other things. I'm
some other
those already, and some other things in the way, and I'm not going to get one of these.
All right, that's fair enough. I mean, the Streamliner is the official Arthur family watch, correct? So you're allowed to pass on one.
We've got a lot of Moses already, and I've got to say to you, these don't really move me as much as some of the other stuff Moses do.
Fair enough.
So I like the Tiger's Eye. I love it, but the lines and everything just doesn't do my OCD much good. If it wasn't perfection, I just wouldn't like to watch.
Yeah.
The thing I love about this is it reminds me of that scene from Star Wars with the sunset, the binary sunset, where Luke's looking out.
Yeah,
and it just gives me those vibes. That's why I love it so much.
It reminds me of Ayers Rock.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Sunset Ayers Rock. You know. being Australian.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful piece. I mean, it just. I couldn't. If there was any imperfections or flaws in it, I just wouldn't like to watch it. It just doesn't get used.
Yep. And Thomas agrees. He thinks the Tiger Eye is the one to go for, definitely.
Yeah, I agree with Thomas.
What's IDGuy? Let's. What do you want to have a look at, mate?
The IWC releases were quite exciting. Quite interesting.
I'm excited about IWC as well. I think I'm gonna have to pull a trigger on one of those. Have you seen the videos?
I did. I was watching the Waco interview with the CEO, and I'm really quite taken by the khaki one, whatever they've done, that drab color.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's called the Mojave Desert or something.
Some weird stuff they're doing, but it's nice. And 43 mils, I think, is such a good size too.
It's a perfect size.
They're doing the right stuff. They're thinking about the big picture, not just the guys who enjoy the brand, but they want some subtlety in there too.
In the world of watches, I think even with Bruce, and I've got a bigger wrist than Bruce, but I think 43 mils is sort of the perfect sort of sweet spot, isn't it, in terms of watch size?
I agree.
Even if you got a large wrist like me, if you got a smaller wrist like IDGuy, and you got the perfect sort of normal wrist like Bruce, the 43 mil is the perfect watch.
Looks good. No dates, nice and clean.
Yep, agreed.
And
it's a good looking watch.
The new strap system they put on this watch is so simple, but not too simple.
So it's just a push button.
Yeah,
strap or the bracelet.
It's
strap for me.
It doesn't make any difference because you get all three. You get
the leather
you get
strap,
them with you get the rubber, and you get the bracelet.
Oh, cool. Movement. So they're doing the Vacheron thing where you get the all of them with
but it's interchangeable in a different way. You don't have to use any pins or anything. It's a completely different system to the VC.
No, the VC's got a push button as well.
I know, this one's different again though.
Oh, it's different from that, yeah. Okay.
And even with the sizing of the bracelet.
Where is that khaki one that they were talking about? I don't know if that was a special edition or something, but what is that?
Interview of Way.
Yeah.
But I watched the
this one, have a look at it. This is
how is that thing?
It's some
cushioning system.
The shock absorber XPL.
Cushioning system, yeah.
It's suspended. How cool is that? Okay, got it.
It can take 30,000 Gs. Is the claim.
It can have 30,000. It can keep 30,000 Gs.
Yeah.
You'll survive, but you won't.
Yeah.
I like the new blue one, Bruce.
Yeah.
That's
the blue
that's so bizarre.
The blue, I like the simplicity of the blue one, new blue one.
Yeah, so with this one here, the 43, the 43, this one.
The 43 big pilot crown.
Big pilot, yeah. Well, let's call it the little pilot, I reckon.
Yeah. I just like the simplicity of it, the blue face.
Yeah, it's a beautiful watch.
Look of it. And the rivets, the perfect rivets on the band.
But there's always going to be that debate around Stover and Larco and all those other pieces, right?
True.
For the same price.
Yep.
I actually like the original big pilot because it had the power reserve on it. It had something going on. This is just too. I mean, it's just too plain for me.
It's a Flieger. It's supposed. Yeah, it's supposed. It is what it is. You know, it's a pilot's watch.
True. Yeah, I get that.
If you're buying a pilot's watch, blue shirt, what would you buy?
Longines Big Eye. Done.
I can't argue too much with IDGuy, but pilot's watch, I don't know. I'd have to go Type 20. That's just me.
Yeah. I mean, they're all in the same category. I mean, they're all follow that aesthetic. They're just beautiful.
Yeah. Good choice, blue shirt. Good choice.
Yeah.
Thomas is going, the shock absorber is ridiculous. 83,600.
Yikes. Wow.
I agree with Thomas. It's not worth the money. It's $100 price.
Who's going to buy that?
And you mean to tell me that
Mojave Desert.
Yeah.
And you mean to tell me that you can get that Aquaterra titanium for like 30 grand or 50 grand? That watch is like, this is cool. I find this quite a nice color. This is the color pairing.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting.
You love your olive drab, don't you?
I love it.
Same though. I love it. I love olive drab, green, khaki.
Such nice colors. Is it ceramic?
Let's see.
Okay, ceramic case. That's it.
Ceramic, yeah.
Reminds me of my old mirror bar.
Yeah. That's what I thought. It was like taking the next step from the Miramar series.
My only problem with this watch, and it's very cool and well executed, but I'm with Rick. It needs more contrast for my old eyes.
Yeah, I mean that's typical.
Is Rick taking on the job of the rancher?
Yes. And just the standard model. If we go away from the perpetual and just look at the one with the power reserve, there was a simpler one. Maybe that'd be a bit easier to break up. The perpetual especially, it's very busy for what you're getting.
35,000 for a perpetual and IWC is a lot to swallow.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I like the plainer one.
This one's a little bit better.
This
one's
is cool.
A little easier.
Yeah, I like this one.
15,000. That's a bit more like it.
But they still with their straps. If you go to the side view of the watch, that one there. I don't know why they do the dog's red rocket with the strap. I mean, the whole idea of that just feels so wrong to me. It feels like an afterthought that they put the deployment on. You know,
the same for the deployment.
What do you mean?
It's very old school deployment.
With the leather face, with the tang. I mean, the end of the strap facing you. I just find it so bizarre.
That's
how it was. That's how it was 10, 12 years ago, or 15 years ago. That's the old school deployment. I mean, do you remember that blue shirt?
But I mean, you reverse.
You've always done the deployment that way as well.
Yeah, you reverse the straps around, and you wouldn't have that problem. I'm pretty sure that the side is short enough that it wouldn't make a difference if you had it the other way around. This is weird.
Why they're doing that still? I mean, IWC is still doing a lot of things the old way. It's like Tarkura and some other brands still doing things the old way.
It's a cool looking watch though. Those colors are slick.
Later, Junior.
Take care, Junior.
Yes, Junior. See you later, mate.
Your watch is on the way out too, Junior. Well. I'm going to be posting it tomorrow. Just FYI.
I agree, Thomas.
That's the Mojave.
It does look great.
Yeah.
I'm still liking that 43 Big Pilot better. Yeah.
Yeah, the blue. Yeah. It's just there's something simple in it, blue shirt. I think it's the simplicity of it. I love those 4 original rivets as well.
Yeah. Yep.
And any love for this 41mm chronograph line, or is it just more of the same?
Not really. For me, there's not.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about me. It's just the colors are feeling so generic. Seeing everything in blue and green and stuff, it's getting a bit overdone. But it's what we're seeing.
What's with
today,
the year
right?
of the blue of the green?
That Pilot really caught my eye when I saw it launched the other day, though. I mean, it really did catch my eye, and the rivets and the bracelet. I really felt something for it. So.
It's beautiful.
As much as I did get sick of seeing blue and green all the time, this blue really did catch my eye.
Yeah.
Did you see it in the metal, James, or were we just seeing it?
No, just saw the launch on the Watch and Wonders.
Yep.
And I thought to myself, I think it's not an overly expensive watch. You can get a little bit off it as well. I wouldn't know a lot, but I thought this is something which I would enjoy having to wear and kick around in.
Why are the numerals inverted? That's a weird model they're working with.
Yeah,
there.
that is.
Oops.
Is that way it's mirroring, perhaps?
That's an oversight.
Nah,
I think they didn't fill it.
It's just they
did not fill the numbers. Oh no, Design Atelier and I are now twitching in our seats looking at this.
I got it. This is killing me. It's killing me. Let's kill it. Yeah.
I think this would be a really enjoyable watch to wear and own.
60-hour power zone.
13.6 that's pretty good height as well. It's not too thick.
It's good for the size of the watch. For the diameter of 43, I think 13 is pretty good.
That's right. Yeah,
it's not too thick.
No,
that's good.
No, it's not.
With those big rivets, I love the big rivets. I think it looks like a classical Pilot watch, but I think. Yeah, as soon as I saw it, glimpsed it, I thought, wow, it really caught my eye, and I thought personally, I'd like to grab one of those.
You gonna get one?
Yeah, definitely. I've already earmarked it. I've already sent an email to my assistant to get me one.
Nice. There's Sorry, Artie.
No, go for it.
I was going to say, these rivet straps also look good on the Longines. I think I sent you a photo a couple of weeks ago with the big eye. I've seen
one on a black. I'll send you another shot that I found lately of a black alligator strap. I think it's actually an IWC strap that the guy used, and it looks so flipping good. Changes the look completely.
Cool. Let's move on from IWC. Anyone else got any pieces they want to pull up?
The watch that really caught my eye, JCB, which will please you. Yeah, I think I've got to also grab is the
Zenith.
How do you know?
Because everyone knows.
Extreme.
Everyone knows that JCB loves Zenith. He's a die. I mean, you are JCB, right? You're Mr. Beaver.
I watched the morning show live with the CEO of Zenith. Mm-hmm. And I really got into the new Defy Zenith Extreme.
Yeah, the Extreme. This is this one here.
That
this
looks cool. This looks like an
cool.
offshore. Is that what they're going with?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. You can
So
look at the angles.
I think that's on my radar as well. I'm gonna have to grab one of those.
But last week you were like, "Oh, I don't like the Defy." But now that the Extremes out, you've flipped
because it looks like an offshore. I mean, you look at those pushes. That looks great. I dig
on
that.
the bracelet. Oh, that is
sick. Actually, what got me was
sick.
the CEO. Actually, the CEO, the way he explained it, and the work they're doing, and what as a company behind the scenes, and that's what he's talking about, the company and about the Extreme itself. He sort of sold me on the watch.
That looks so cool, man. That looks like
that's
a
the one I want there. I want the blue. I think
the blue one. Yeah, the blue one.
I think
cool.
I want the blue. The blue, actually, that's what I think.
Wow.
Where's our friend Champs tonight? He could have organised me one.
He's he's got they're having a kid, so he's doing baby shower shit.
What do you think of the Extreme blue shirt?
I like it.
That looks cool too. Nice colors.
That's what I'm thinking. That one there, IDGuy. That's what I'm thinking. That or that.
Very nice colors. I'm more partial for the different colors instead of just the typical blue. It's good to see.
Oh, you're looking at this one. This one.
That looks good. Funny.
I don't know who to buy Zenith of. Who to buy Zenith of, actually.
I'll hook you up with Champs. He's got. I think he gets them from Hourglass in Brisbane. I think.
Hourglass is there. I'm connected with Hourglass.
Yeah. You're an Hourglass dude. Yeah, call up Hourglass. They're Zenith ADs for Australia.
Do you know anybody who does
Hourglass and Monarchs
blue shirt?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
This reminds me of the Casio Oak in a way.
A little, yeah, a little bit.
The contrasting colors and stuff. Looks sick. And Tom mentioning that it's sad to see the 38 El Primero discontinued. I saw something about that.
Yeah.
They're getting rid of that. They had that final hurrah with the red.
Why would they do that? That's a good sized watch.
I don't know. That is really sad. Well, there goes my hopes and dreams of getting one.
You get one.
They're all sold out, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
How can they close the chapter on this piece? I mean, come on.
I have no idea. Maybe it wasn't selling. Maybe the 38 wasn't selling as much as the 42. I've got no idea.
So could we say then that the brand is more defined by its Defy line now? Is that like the official blurb? That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I hope not. Not, because the El Primero is just classic.
They've got a big catalog of stuff. Just one watch going out won't change that. They've got the El Primeros, they've got the Chronomaster Sport, they've got the Defy line, and then
they got the Diver 21. On the way.
They do have the Diver on the way. They do. I'm saving my money for that one.
Aren't you launching that when you take on the job?
I am, mate. That's my first port of call to bring up that one. But how cool is this? Oh, I love it. Really cool.
The color
really cool. Yeah.
Shame.
Really
that is a sad.
So that was that one. What else we got? Anyone else? I think I mentioned
news today. Braun launches their first automatic watch.
I'm really interested in that. They've won a design award already.
And
as in Braun shavers.
Yep, that's it.
Braun actually have got one of their biggest divisions is actually watches. Like on one side of the world, everybody knows Seiko and Casio to be the the retail brand for the people who don't really care about their watches. They just buy it, go into a Walmart or a Kmart or a Target or Big W or whatever the store is, and they buy a watch, a Casio or a Seiko. But in the other side of the world, the EU side of the world, people buy Braun watches.
This was my first. Watches. This was the first expensive watch I ever bought for myself. Actually, I'll show you the model.
What am I looking at here? Am I even on the right website?
I think that's it. I'm pretty sure it's a black. It's a black dial.
Oh, new. Is this the one? Is this what you're talking about, James?
So Braun sell clocks and watches and so forth in Europe and England and everywhere else, Scotland, Ireland, all over.
Idea.
So
me neither. I have one of their shavers, but I never knew about the watches.
They have toothbrushes, as you know, electric toothbrushes, shavers.
I stole my dad's shaver when I was about 12
Gillette. If you shave with hand razors, they own Gillette.
They do all. I mean,
Braun
they've got
owns
an amazing,
Gillette.
amazing history. I think
They have appliances for your kitchen, Braun appliances.
Yeah.
I see a lot of Porsche design going on here.
So Braun,
I actually was going to be working with a conglomerate that was including Braun in Europe at one stage. DeLonghi, Braun, and Kenwood. Kenwood, DeLonghi, and Braun, I think, are under the same house at the moment.
That's correct.
Yeah, and that was a group that I was actually a part of for a while, which was fun. All sorts of cool products.
So Braun have released their first automatic watch to the general public, and this is it. And it's already taken out a Red Dot Award, and they're going to move into the automatic watch space as well.
Limited edition of only 100 pieces. Come on, guys. Looks good. Looks good. I mean, how can Braun be doing limited editions?
What the fuck? Oh my god, that's crazy.
But they are really.
It's got an NH35A in it. Hey, how's that?
Yeah, it's only a sign of things to come from Braun. I mean, Braun have got they're a huge organisation with lots of money behind them, and they're not a micro brand. They will come with they got a bit of a mundane type theme behind them. I think you'll find they'll start bringing out. They've already got hundreds of different designs of watches in the Portsmouth area.
Yeah, I love them. It was my first watch that I ever bought. I think it was like $100, and I love it.
For the why are we looking at a pen?
Who's in control?
Was there a comment?
Does this look familiar? This pen?
I don't know. I throw away pens on a daily basis. I work through them.
So the guy who designed the first Braun shaver designed this pen for Lamy, and this is one of the famous
Dieter Rams, really?
Lamy pens. Yeah. The Lamy 2000. That's a super famous fountain pen.
Really?
Anyway, yeah. There you go. Because if you look at a Braun shaver, right?
Yeah, same color palette.
We'll have a look at the Braun shaver. All right. The first, I like the, what do we say? Like original maybe.
Yeah.
And then you can see, I don't know. We're just taking a tangent here.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah. So look at that.
Cool.
So that's sort of the same sort of. And I thought you guys might like that, designers.
Yeah, the history of Braun is. Braun pretty much brought industrial design into the modern era in the 60s. Dieter Rams nailed it. He's the one who's pretty much established the way we see. I mean, look at Apple. Apple basically copies everything that he started with. Yeah, it's cool.
But they want a lot for their automatic watch, £400.
That's a lot of freaking money.
That's a lot of money. You can buy a decent Sega for that.
Yeah, I don't know what they're smoking, but they're using their brand name. They call it the Prestige watch too. So I guess that's
for a bit of rubber. And with the NH35A.
It's a little bit laughable.
Okay. What else we got?
Stock, they've sold them all.
Panerai was pretty cool. I saw the releases from them. They look like they're doubling down on their ID lab stuff. Maybe they are listening to a few of us.
They're actually really pushing this eco-friendly ocean thing. I watched the CEO speak from Panerai.
I watched it too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
we're
see
back
how
on that shit of a bloody
with that approach,
site. You haven't fixed your website yet, James. What's going on here?
And I haven't been given the budget yet. I'm not blue there, bullshit.
You're putting too much attention into the product and not the user experience, James. It's not good enough.
Putting too much into the oceans and not into selling.
Dumping into the oceans. I like this.
I saw the CEO speaking live, and there's all these environmental people talking live on the chat going, well, stop seeing people to dive into our oceans and then you'll fix the problem. He was getting hit by all these environmental, eco-friendly warriors.
The debate was getting heated.
All these Watch and Wonder shows were all live when you're watching them live.
So the chat was just going. I can imagine the chat just going.
And if you see the trolls that were getting on the live streams, these CEOs were getting hit by bloody eco-friendly warriors and carbon footprint guys and social and corporate responsibility people.
Oh my god, I would have enjoyed seeing that. I mean, who has the time to address all that stuff while they're trying to present product?
As you can see, Blue Shirt, blue's the theme.
Blue's the jam. Everywhere.
But tell me, do you need to tell me what complication my watch has when I just bought the thing?
Like, you better know. It's good to have it in your face. They did it purely just to balance out the text at the top.
Put something else. Oh, that looks terrible. Sorry.
Yeah. Couldn't they come up with something better than just playing chronograph?
Some Italian or do something, you know?
Couldn't they just put like how much water resistance it is or whatever? Or
30 meters.
30 meters. But why couldn't they put the that's terrible.
Oh well.
I put a link in that. I put this photo in the Discord that reminds me. I was like, yeah, I think it was something like when you're so drunk that you buy.
I don't remember what watch you're wearing.
Like you remember what watch you're wearing, yeah. But
so, Blue Shirt, you're not a Panerai fan, are you?
I'm not a big Panerai fan, but I have been warming up to them as of late. I still don't know whether
you like.
Yeah, I mean they're lovely watches. I don't know. They're just
they don't excite you.
They don't.
Yeah,
they don't. I've come to appreciate them more now than I have in the past. But am I going to plunk my own money down for one? Probably not.
There was some more in this model.
I can get excited by this GMT with the ceramic case. I think that's kind of cool.
The three lines of text at the top looks
so that.
It's unnecessary, and I still think they're a bit overpriced for what they are.
Depends where you buy them from. I think they are. When I see them advertised, I think they're definitely overpriced, Blue Shirt. But I think that when you buy them pre-owned, you're getting a really good deal.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They've got some.
I love them personally. I've had them for years, and I love them.
Yeah,
I like big watches.
Yeah.
There was some e-steel thing. I don't know what that's about, but
I think maybe it was up here somewhere. I think the e-steel, yeah. So
it's like I think they use whale oil to lubricate the movements or something to help with conservation, something like that.
The actual best buys in these watches.
There's some ivory in the movement. They use ivory for the jewels. Luminor. So to feature our patented crown bar is now for e-steel casing. Oh, this is like that recycled steel or something, right?
I mean, how else are you going to get? How else are you going to get steel to recycled steel?
Lower the price then as well. Does this cost more or less?
Recycled steel doesn't cost less; it costs more usually to recycle steel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Okay.
This is the whole problem with recycling and even taking stuff out of the ocean and recycling it to make the Gaia process. It costs more in labor to recycle the stuff than it does to actually buy new materials.
Collaboration, selection of brand partners need to extract virgin materials and lowers our environmental impact. Oh, how touching! Okay,
I'm on board now. I'm also on board.
Are you sold?
Sold.
I think it's a complete wrong strategy for any company to go down this path. And then even when we do take these materials, how much footprint do we use, or carbon footprint do we use to turn products that we find from the sea into pliable products that we can use in material-wise in other products?
Yeah, it's strange. I mean, I just think of Blancpain, for example, and what they do is everything from providing lots of resources for people who want to go and explore the oceans to document that they're all sponsored by Blancpain, but then they also host the Blancpain Challenge, which is a GT Cup. Mm-hmm. So they have all the cars of all the makers in a competition. So it's like it balances out very well. You've got ecological on one side, and then you've got motor racing on the other. You know, that's how you should market yourself. It's a lot clearer.
As long as they're using the real fuel, right? The real smelly fuel,
the real stuff. Yeah, 100 ethanol. It's good.
Hey, Blue Shirt, have you seen any invitations going across New York yet for the Blancpain reveal?
No.
Because they're going. I've had invitations in Europe, and I know JCB emailed me invitations, which I also got in Sydney for the Blancpain reveal, where they do the Blancpain reveal for the new watch. They have a museum that comes to town, the roadshow, where they have all the different Blancpain watches for a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can guess what the watch is going to be. It's going to be a 40mm reissue watch, and it's going to be limited to 500 pieces.
I've seen photos from people who went to the actual the Paris Roadshow, and it was actually a really, really good evening. They put on a good evening, and they give you obviously all your champagnes and so forth. But the actual reveal, where they have all the different diving memorabilia and watches from the past as well, it's actually a good roadshow.
Sweet, sounds interesting.
Megan sent me photos of the actual of the
event.
actual event.
50 Fathoms watches.
So there must be a road show about to hit soon in New York, Blue Shirt, which you should be able to go to.
Okay, sounds good. I'll keep my eye out
Awesome.
for it.
So it looks like you'll have.
So,
That sounds good.
but you
I've
get
seen the
they're
photos from
bringing out.
Paris one, and it really was really good. And they had all the different models, you could actually touch and feel the watches as well.
Oh, cool.
All the
So
originals.
even the vintage watches you could touch and feel. That's it there. So that's it there. So you could touch and feel the old watches.
Yeah.
They had old diving
So
equipment there and all that sort of stuff.
It's that one, and they're bringing out to Australia. These are the original 50s. This is a smaller one here, the small and large version. So they're bringing these ones to Australia, I think, and then some other references as well. But they're only doing it Sydney and Perth,
same road
James.
show as what they had in
Bullshit.
Paris.
Why aren't they doing it in Melbourne? It's bizarre.
Because I guess they
demand.
don't want to pay for the event to be done in Melbourne, because obviously they have to set it up somewhere for it to be on display.
So do it in Perth, as if you're going to get more people in Perth going than Melbourne.
It's in Perth.
Fuck off.
All the miners are in Perth.
Take care, Rick.
Yeah. Need
Good
to
to have you,
drop.
Rick.
Have a good week. Yeah. See you,
have a
Rick.
good week,
See you
Rick.
next week, mate. All right. So that's the road show. That'd be cool.
And we haven't asked Blue Shirt what he found from the whole week's events. We've
Yeah.
gone over
I was
ours.
getting round to Blue Shirt. Chill out.
Oh, Blue Shirt.
Okay, no, I was starting with-
yard.
I was going IDGuy, then Blue Shirt.
Yeah, all the pressure.
We've looked at the brawn, James. So
I was proud of the brawn. It was IDGuy's first watch. It was down memory lane for him.
Memorabilia.
Memory lane for IDGuy.
What about that beautiful olive green Nautilus that everyone is harping about?
Oh
my
please.
goodness.
The Nautilus that looks like an Aquanaut?
Yeah, but doesn't look anywhere near as good.
Right.
Is anybody here ever pining for a Nautilus really to have on their wrist?
No.
James,
Not at
I saw a clip of some sale of the watch. One of them going up for sale at the moment, and Green Dial they're asking something like $160,000 US. That's the shark mentality at the moment with these pieces.
Yikes.
Can you imagine?
I can't imagine.
It's ludicrous. I can't believe that's even a thing. Here we go, Nautilus green.
Another Nautilus, is that what we needed, really?
No, we definitely didn't need it, but that's what we got.
They look like fake cosmetic jewelry to me.
Especially with a diamond bezel. That's the extra level, going deeper in.
Hey, Bruce, have you ever seen what's his name? Goldberg. Goldberg. What's his name? Brian Goldberg.
Oh, Goldberg?
Goldberg.
Yeah, and he has his Nautilus when he wears it on that show. Yeah, when he has his show of Tim, and he's got the most scratched up Nautilus I've ever seen in my life.
I think Gerald Genter is rolling in his grave, looking at this green dial.
Is it green or grey green, or is it like
it's green?
Is it like green. Some puke or some vial that you coughed up, or
it's drab.
Doesn't get much greener than that. Look at that. It's olive drab green.
I'm looking at my iPad Pro, and it looks like it's sort of
olive drabish.
Yeah.
I give it
the naughty naught. I love that, Thomas. Best comment of the day.
That's awesome, Thomas.
Naughty naught.
The naughty naught.
That's awesome.
The Watchmaster pulls one out.
The screen is at least better than that. I'm sorry for all you Breitling fanboys. That pistachio on the Breitling. Oh,
how dare you say that? How dare you?
Blue shirt. The
dare you say that?
Green pistachio.
I can get behind this sort of stuff. This stuff with the complications and the blue dials. They're kind of cool.
That was one of the first Nautili I handled. Was a 5712R.
I've got that one.
This one here. Gold.
I've got the 5711 was my first Nautilus I ever got.
The beautiful clasp. Beautiful chintzy bracelet and clasp. I think
come on, Paddock. Pins and sleeves are the last century. Let's move forward.
They can
How
do
much
anything
is this
they want.
Nautilus, the 5711 with the green puke jar?
80 grand or something daft. That's
No, they're not. They're only like about 30 grand.
Nah, yeah.
They're going to overprice. They're going to overcharge you on this. I think they're only bringing it out for 1 year, if I remember right. So
it's only going to be like 28,000-30,000 retail.
Sorry.
Yeah, but you won't be able to get one, and you'll have to go to the gray market and pay 120 to get one.
One of your kidneys and one of your children. That's the option.
Who would pay 120,000 for this piece of shit?
160,000.
I agree with you, James. I don't know anybody, but there are people out there that are willing to pay that.
It's an absolute dream.
Is it just speculators though? Like, is it just the dealers that are buying?
Yeah, man, they're just trying to milk it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, average punters aren't paying that money for sure.
I love the comments here. Underachieving watch collector. I think a Date Just is more robust than a North.
It is.
The Weed Just. The Weed Just in comparison to this, as a competition.
The Weed.
The bracelet on this is like.
We have to.
We have to
look at the Weed.
Jason says Moser Green's the only right green. Nothing.
Do we have to look at the Weed Just?
I love the Weed Just.
We have to. Come on, we got to have a look at it.
What do you call it, blue shirt?
The Weed Just.
The Weed Just. Look at that. It's like a weed.
Did
you guys watch?
If I bought you the Weed Just, would you wear it?
I would. Yeah,
I would.
Sure.
Why
I would.
not?
Would you really?
It looks terrible.
To buy somehow.
It does look terrible.
I think right there with the oyster bracelet and a smooth bezel, it's passable.
I'd throw it on olive drab strap, rubber strap, and I'm done. That's it.
There you go.
That's
there you go.
Hey,
I just couldn't do it.
I bought you that, and I tattooed a panda on your side of your wrist next to eating. Would you be agreeable to those terms?
I would beg and plead you not to buy this watch for me. That's what I would do. I would go on my knees and say, please don't buy this watch.
I don't have a panda bear tattooed on your wrist with it.
At 36 mil, this is just too small for me. So I would have to respectfully decline.
I mean, all the speculators are going to be buying this watch up like it's the next coming. It's the Air King, it's the Milgauss, it's the Quirk, it's the
Are you serious? I can't see anybody find this watch attractive, honestly.
Well, what do you guys think about the fluted dial?
I liked that one. It looked hand finished. I don't know why everyone's loving the Meteorite so much, but it's.
I love that. I love it. Love it.
It's like reminds me of.
Go back to the.
Did somebody say I love it?
Yeah, I think Lucia did.
Yeah, I love the Meteorite dial.
It's giving me Tudor flashbacks. I dig this. I find this
like it
fascinating. Too. If there's a close-up shot of it, it's pretty good. I
don't mind this.
I mean, you go two-tone, just like this watch is pictured. Two-tone on a Jubilee with a fluted bezel. The fluted dial works.
That dial looks pretty amazing. It feels like someone actually got an instrument and hand engraved. Those cuts that you see in it remind you of reverse negative dials that they used to do in the 60s and 70s, where they would etch it out.
Nothing wrong with this at all.
I'd really dig it. It looks
garish.
One
as well, isn't there? There's a blue one.
It's just too much for my brain to handle.
It looks garish, but also works nicely.
This is elegance.
Oh no, there's gold leaves. You're kidding me. Go up.
There are gold leaves. Yep.
You're kidding.
Nope.
What?
They have gold weed leaves on one of the models in two-tone.
Come say hello to everyone. Yeah, that's Mrs. B's come to say hello.
Mrs. Beaver.
Mrs. Beaver, hello.
You can't hear us, obviously.
Hello, Mrs. B.
Oh, really? Yeah. Hello.
Hi, Mrs. Beaver. How are you?
Good. How are you? So he's known as Mrs. Beaver, is he?
Yeah, that's his nickname.
So this is what you guys do on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, hang out
and talk watches.
It's the business.
Cool. Yeah. No worries. When are you finishing up, babe?
He's got for you.
11:30.
Okay, cool.
You know what time it is when Mrs. Beaver turns up.
Yeah. You know you're in deep shit now.
She's home 15 minutes early, isn't she?
She is. That's why I said we'll finish up at 15. So
if you move one click to the right, they actually have a yellow dial, date just with leaves.
Oh, this is what we're talking about. Okay.
Yep.
The gold leaf.
What are you going to call this? The wheat field.
This is like we're kind of going to Lebanese blonde.
Okay.
Lebanese hash, no? Lebanese blonde.
Is that seriously? Oh my god, it is too.
James, I think we should get one of these for you. You secretly
yeah.
love this one. This is you. This is for you, James. This has it.
No.
It's like something from from the 70s or something.
I think you should get Mrs. B that.
No way.
How can they
Should
do that?
divorce me.
Quite passable, actually.
How can they do that?
What do you think, Blue Shirt?
It's a hard pass for me.
But no, I think you could get away with that. You wouldn't actually. It's not as bad as the green.
It's not as noticeable. It blends in.
But I mean, would you want something? Would you want something that blends in?
No,
You know?
no,
When
definitely not.
When you have green, you can just rock it and be like, "Hey, it's the weed just." That's how I roll.
My eyes are burning just looking at this thing.
I know how we can cap off the show. I know exactly how we can cap off the show.
All right, let's cap it off. Give me something.
Unless
good
Blue Shirt still has. Bring up a watch, Blue Shirt. Have you got anything good on mind?
No, I mean we already covered pretty much everything. I mean I love that IWC Big Pilot. I love that Blue Dial Patek.
Yeah.
You know, nothing else. Nothing really. You know, took my breath away.
You guys are liking the moon, the meteorite gadget. They're doing all the dials in meteorite. What the hell?
It's just another Daytona that no one will be able to buy. You know, like
True, but the white gold.
It's cool though.
Meteorite dial on the Oyster Flex, I think is
okay. I agree with you there.
Is killer. That watch right there.
Yeah, it is cool.
None of the other iterations suit as far as I'm concerned. But that one I'll give a big pass on. I mean, a big positive
thumbs up.
Sorry,
a big tick.
Yeah, it's cool.
But I can't do the gold or the rose gold.
It looks great.
With a meteorite dial, which looks like it's been stenciled.
Yeah, I agree with you, James. Yep. Yeah, I'll pass on those. But you know, if somebody wanted to give me one of these, yeah.
Yeah, imagine seeing it in the metal too. All the way the light will play with the dial. It'd be very cool.
But
I think it would drive my OCD.
Daytonas on Oyster Flex, and I just think they're better than this than all these other ones here. So,
what the standard ones?
I'd rather have ones I've already got than the I've got the brown and I've got a few others. So it's like nothing in the Daytona changes really grabs me.
So it's the same. They keep the same meteorite dial.
That's what they do, guys. This is what.
James misses that one. James misses his turquoise dial.
I've got it back though.
You got it back. Okay.
I got another anniversary. Mine's the anniversary edition.
Okay.
So I got the brown ceramic
bezel.
I got the brown ceramic bezel. Yeah.
God, yellow gold.
I thought they were going to ditch the ice blue.
Seems like they still got them. They still got some stock. This is a storeroom shift.
Take care, Mark.
See you, Mark. Talk to you soon, mate.
Well, we can cap off with one series of pieces. The chipboard. Yeah, Thomas. I mean, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. It does my OCD.
Chipboard Daytona. Thomas is pulling them out tonight, isn't he?
He's killing it. He's on fire. What do you got, IDGuy? Let's finish off with a bang.
The Historique American 100-year anniversary.
Oh, yep. We're on it now. We're up here.
I so wish that they could bring it out for a right-hand drive for people like me in the world. I'm sure you could get it configured at the boutique or something.
Do you want the platinum or the?
We like contrast.
Where are we?
We like contrast.
Oh, of course. We missed the 1921
contrast. Yeah.
53 grand.
This flew under the radar because of all of the other Vacheron stuff that came out. I think.
You've got to have, these are beautiful, aren't they?
They are. I mean,
this is your grail. This is your grail, isn't it, Blue Shirt?
No,
one of them.
Mine is the 1942 triple calendar.
The 42.
But I've seen Bill Sanders has the yellow gold 1921, and I've seen that in the flesh, and it's a gorgeous watch. Truly a gorgeous watch.
I'm very surprised, Blue Shirt, that you like the 42 over this model. What is it about the 42 that speaks to you with the teardrop lugs?
The teardrop lugs get me. The hands, the functionality, the triple calendar, and just it's simple elegance. It's understated. It's stainless steel. I love that watch. I so badly want that one day.
I can't believe I've never pulled the trigger on one of these, and I've loved this watch.
They're sick. I love them. Yeah.
I've got to pull the trigger on one of these this year.
I so wish they did the opposite hand variant too. I think the originals actually did. The originals had the dials arranged other. Yeah.
I want one of these in vintage. I want a vintage one of these though.
Yeah.
With the sterling silver case. That's the latest jam, man.
Look at that.
Yeah. How much are these now?
50 grand by the looks of things.
These are just. I know so many guys that I've got one of these, and I've never pulled the pin. I've never pulled the pin on one. I don't know why.
As much as good looking online these watches are, they're
in the metal.
In the metal, they blow you away.
10 times better.
Yeah.
I know. I've seen one. I know people have got them, and they wear them as a daily wearer.
Yeah,
fantastic.
It's stunning.
This is a VC you could use as a daily wear.
And the best part is no one would even know what it is they're looking at. Which is beauty.
Yeah.
And they're a driver's watch too. I mean, they were originally designed as a driver's watch. I mean, if you're driving your car, I mean, it's just.
This would be a grail.
About this piece, it's such a beautiful watch, amazing watch.
This would be a grail piece for me if it was for the other hand. I mean, if wearing it on the other wrist, you would be able to tell the time. You'd have to crane your neck to read the thing. That looks awesome. I'm sure you could ask for like a configuration in the boutique, but then the crown would be the other way around. And oh god, can you imagine?
Thomas is saying stick with the rose gold version. I agree with Thomas. I think I prefer the rose gold version as well.
So this one,
nice balance of colors. Pink gold.
This one.
Pink gold. Yeah.
That's the boutique edition, I think. And normally do boutiques with blue.
Well, the blue's nice though.
That is awesome. That would be the one I would probably jump on. You
know? I think this would be for me too.
Yeah, that's a beautiful piece, boy. Wow.
What is that? Is that platinum?
Look at the numerals. Has the other one got these breguets like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It reminds me of a Lunga edition. I think they had a special Lunga boutique edition in the 1815 line. Pretty sure it's platinum.
How much is that one? That's 70 grand.
Probably. Oh,
wow.
That is sharp. See, this is better to look at than the weed just, anything.
That is so much better to look at, isn't it? Oh my god.
Agreed.
And the best part is that no one is looking at these. That's the beauty. So if you're in the market for this kind of stuff, this is the time to jump on it. Yeah. I don't think so.
It's like, do you want it or not?
You can't buy it, James, because it's got 2 crosses. It's got one there, and it's also got one there.
Oh, you're kidding! Didn't notice that.
I'll get that taken off.
A double confessional.
I'll get that erased.
What about the case back? You've got about 2 or 3 more engravings on the case back.
There must be a few on the back.
On the crown, another one. So that's 3.
Yeah.
Case back is probably 1. 5.
That's it. Sorry, can't see the. Let's have a look.
Oh, I'll have to forgive myself for buying that then.
There'll be one in the movement somewhere as well.
Oh, you had to spoil it for me, didn't you?
Too funny.
Yeah, Mark's put a deposit down on his VC. He's going to, when he gets that watch, he's going to not forget my words when he looks at it every day.
The confessional.
So here, this was the one that came out, I think.
Engrave on it for him.
Yeah.
Excellent. Platinum. But then there's ruins. I mean, the whole point of the watch is for it to be legible, and
this ruins.
Can't read the damn thing.
Yep.
I mean, that would be so difficult. How can you read that thing?
Why would anyone want that one?
Right.
Yeah.
There's no loom on these.
Maybe there's like a big cross at the back for you to enjoy. Nice that they're applied.
Makes no sense. Why would anyone want that?
A driver.
You've got an applied cross, James. It's 3D.
They're raised. That's why.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks pretty in the renders, but I mean, come on. You want to see this thing in the dark. You can't exactly.
It's such a beautiful piece, isn't it?
Yeah, they're superb. They're just their own thing. That's the special part. It's its own defined language.
Agreed.
That no
So
other
which
brand
model's
has
one the Bruce
competed.
wants?
The one I want is the 1942, the triple calendar.
Okay.
So, let's
I
have a
think
look at
James might have quite an aversion to this one when he sees it, compared to what we just looked at. It's definitely a niche watch. We can put it that way.
I've seen the watch before. I mean, I've got people who actually wear the watch. I know people who wear the watch. I don't know why I've never pulled the trigger on one. I really do like the watch.
We're talking about the 1942. Look at those.
Yeah.
Look at those Corne de Vache.
the triple
is the
calendar.
one.
It's this one here.
This is the one, yeah.
Or the one in the blue shirt.
The blue, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that watch. Oh.
Don't say AliExpress, James.
So, tell us what's going on here. It's a triple calendar.
Got it all.
Triple calendar. I love those pencil thin hands. It's just
It is a sector dial,
I
right?
like
They
the
have
lugs I like the lugs on this.
yeah, the teardrop lugs. It's just so gorgeous. It's in steel. It's not, end of the world kind of money. And you're still getting a Geneva Seal movement, and it's understated. Nobody's gonna know what it is. I love it. I absolutely love this watch.
Is that Australian dollars, JCB?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, this
That's a very good price, eh? When you think about what you're getting, that's amazing.
That's
I didn't
Australian
realize.
dollars.
Wow.
So it's a 20-odd grand US.
Correct.
And is it a micro rotor at the back?
I believe this is hand wound.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice
Handy.
case
Very,
too.
very reasonable price watch.
Yeah.
What a great watch.
I thought that would be much more expensive than that for what you're getting.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it's so
I reckon this is another one of those ones, blue shirt. When you see it in the metal, it looks 10 times better than what it would look here, I reckon.
And
love the
not
hands.
everybody's going to be a fan of this, and that's okay with me. I just love it.
Yeah.
You love what you love.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
No, this is good. I love the case. I love the lugs.
There was another model. I don't know if it's
Deca.
released in tandem with this, but they had like Romans on it. Was that a tribute watch that they did? Like in rose gold with a red moon phase. I don't know what's going on. I've just found an example of it. Maybe it's something that came out for a short time. I don't think they exist anymore.
Watch, blue shirt.
And even in that the cream dial version is beautiful as well. I would gladly take that one too.
No,
But that Corne de Vache for me is just next level.
this one. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Those are just so cool. Scarab.
Platinum. Oh, jeez.
It's quite a kick in the nads, yeah.
Yeah.
I
It
just
goes
think
to
it's
100
sharp.
grand.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Is that the one NS likes?
There's very few people out there that don't like this one, I don't think.
Yeah. It's a beautiful watch.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yep. Alrighty, gentlemen. Well, I think we'll finish it up on that note. Looking at these
right.
killer
Nice.
pieces from Vacheron, there's not really much of a better finish. I think Vacheron is really.
Thank you for letting me jump on, JCB. I appreciate it.
Mate, anytime you're around, mate,
Bullshit.
you're welcome. You're welcome anytime, mate. It's always good to have you on and get your spin on stuff, mate. You're always welcome here, buddy. You're a friend
You're the king,
good
you're
friend
the
of
king
ours,
of the live
you're always
stream, blue
welcome.
shirt.
You guys have nailed the live streams. You've gotten the scheduling right. You've gotten all of it. Presentation on point. It's great.
Oh, I've just got to say, man, NS the other day was just on fire, man.
He was
just
amazing. Yes,
pulling it out like
Sunday. I mean, he was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
the way he just goes from the get go, and people are firing questions at him, and he's just deflecting. He's just like, "Nah, but think about this, and he's just like, he's got it covered, mate. He's
Yeah. He
He's
is
unbelievable.
the
He's a
knowledge
man.
he has, and he's as much knowledge as he has. He's just such a nice guy, and it's just he's amazing, and a good friend, and he's a big part of the show. So. We're lucky to have him.
You guys do a great show, man. It's just I always have to catch up on Monday during the day when I'm like on my lunch break and stuff, but it's always good fun.
I usually have to watch it as well, or watch it next day, or I watch it twice sometimes. But yeah, he's unbelievable. He's like a walking encyclopedia.
He's pretty good. All right, gentlemen. Thanks for everyone in the chat who's joined us today and who's watching
Good night,
along. It's
Thomas.
good to
You've
see you
been pulling
guys.
out the one-liners all night.
Got it.
Yeah, Thomas was on fire today.
Comic relief with Thomas.
Chipboard Thomas.
The naughty naught. That's the way. I love
The
it.
naughty
That was...
naught.
T-Burn.
That was good.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. We'll be in touch on the airwaves and on all of our other little bits and pieces, Discord and YouTube and all that sort of stuff. So Once again, thanks, gentlemen, for joining us on the panel. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Cheers, everyone.
Later, fellas.
Cheers, everybody.